The future of transportation isn't on the ground, it's in the air. Jetpacks, once limited to the realm of science fiction, are now soaring into reality. In the next decade, these personal flying machines could revolutionize how we move, work, and play. From high-speed aerial commutes to life-saving rescue missions, jetpacks are set to transform our world in ways we've only dreamed of. Today, we're diving into jetpacks that we'll be using by 2030, and trust us, what you're about to see will blow your mind. Number 5. The Martin Jetpack. Now, while we can't promise that you'll be battling supervillains anytime soon, the Martin Jetpack might just be the closest thing we have to Tony Stark's famous suit. Developed by the New Zealand-based Martin Aircraft Company, this personal aerial vehicle is set to make your superhero dreams a reality. So, what makes the Martin Jetpack so special? Well, for starters, it's not your typical strap-on jetpack. It's powered by a beastly V4 engine that pumps out 200 horsepower. But instead of using actual jets, the Martin Jetpack relies on two ducted fans for lift and propulsion. These fans spin at incredibly high speeds, creating enough thrust to lift you off the ground and send you soaring through the air. This jetpack can reach heights of up to 1,000 feet. That's like flying to the top of a 100-story skyscraper. And it can hit speeds of over 60 miles per hour. That's fast enough to give even the speediest superheroes a run for their money. But what about flight time? After all, we don't want to end up like Icarus, falling from the sky because we ran out of juice. Well, we've got some good news. The Martin Jetpack can keep you airborne for up to 30 minutes on a single tank of gas. Number 4. The Gravity Jet Suit. Now, if you thought the Martin Jetpack was cool, wait until you hear about our next high-flying marvel. What we're about to introduce to you is something that would make even Din Djarin green with envy. The Gravity Jet Suit. Created by Gravity Industries, this jet suit is the brainchild of Richard Browning, a modern-day inventor who's basically the Tony Stark of our real world. Browning didn't just dream about flying, he went ahead and built a suit that allows humans to soar through the air with the grace of a bird and the power of a rocket. So, what exactly is the Gravity Jet Suit? Well, picture a sleek, body-hugging suit with 5 mini jet engines strapped to it, 2 on each arm and 1 on the back. When fired up, these engines produce enough thrust to lift you off the ground and send you zooming through the air like a human missile. The Gravity Jet Suit can reach speeds of up to 80 miles per hour, and if you're afraid of heights, you might want to brace yourself, because this suit can take you up to a staggering 12,000 feet. To put that into perspective, that's higher than some small planes fly. Now, you might be wondering about flight time. After all, those jet engines must guzzle fuel like crazy, right? Well, you're not wrong. The current version of the suit can fly for about 10 minutes on a single tank of fuel. That might not sound like much, but trust us, when you're zooming through the air at 80 miles per hour, 10 minutes feels like an eternity. Number 3. Jetpack Aviation JB-10. Say hello to the JB-10 from Jetpack Aviation, a machine that looks like it flew straight out of a 1930s pulp fiction novel and into our modern world. The JB-10 is the brainchild of David Mayman, a man who's been obsessed with jetpacks since he was a kid. Unlike our previous entries, this isn't a suit or a flying platform. This is an honest-to-goodness strap-it-to-your-back jetpack, just like the one Cliff Secord used to zoom around Los Angeles. So, what makes the JB-10 tick? Well, it's powered by not 1, but 2 specially modified turbojet engines. These aren't your typical model airplane engines. Each of these bad boys can pump out about 200 pounds of thrust. That's enough power to lift you off the ground and send you soaring through the air like a human rocket. Now, let's talk about what this beauty can do. The JB-10 can hit speeds of over 120 miles per hour. And when it comes to altitude, this jetpack can reach operating ceilings of up to 15,000 feet. But here's where it gets really interesting. Unlike some other jetpacks that use special fuels, the JB-10 is designed to run on a variety of readily available fuels. We're talking jet fuel, kerosene, even diesel. Now, of course, your next question is about flight time. The JB-10 can stay airborne for about 8 minutes on a single tank of fuel. But what really sets the JB-10 apart is its maneuverability. Unlike some jetpacks that just go up and down, the JB-10 allows the pilot to vector the entire engine. In simpler terms, this means you can change the direction of the thrust on the fly, giving you incredible control and agility in the air. Want to hover in place? No problem. Need to make a quick turn to avoid an obstacle? Easy peasy. The JB-10 responds to your movements almost like it's an extension of your body. Number 2. The Go Fast Jetpack. Developed by a company aptly named Go Fast Jets, this jetpack is all about pushing the boundaries of personal flight. If the other jetpacks we've discussed are like casual joyrides, the Go Fast Jetpack is like strapping yourself to a rocket as you blast off into the stratosphere. So, what makes the Go Fast Jetpack so special? Well, for starters, it uses a unique combination of jet and rocket technology. That's right, it's not content with just one form of propulsion. It's gotta have both. This hybrid approach allows for some seriously impressive performance stats that would make even Tony Stark jealous. The Go Fast Jetpack can hit a mind-boggling 150 miles per hour. At that speed, you could theoretically fly from New York to Philadelphia in about an hour. Of course, we don't recommend trying that without proper training and a lot of courage. But speed isn't everything. What about flight time? Well, the Go Fast Jetpack can keep you airborne for up to 15 minutes on a single tank of fuel. But what really sets the Go Fast Jetpack apart is its versatility. The company behind it envisions a wide range of practical applications. Imagine being able to strap on your jetpack and zip to work in a fraction of the time that it takes to drive. No more sitting in traffic, no more crowded subways. Just you soaring above it all like a modern-day superhero. Speaking of superheroes, did you know that the Go Fast Jetpack made an appearance in Iron Man 2? That's right, this real-life jetpack was cool enough to be featured alongside Tony Stark's high-tech suits. It was used as a transportation device for Stark's assistants, giving us a tantalizing glimpse of what a world with widespread jetpack use might look like. But the Go Fast Jetpack isn't just about Hollywood glamour, it's been breaking real-life records as well. In 2013, a daredevil named Nick McComber used a Go Fast Jetpack to set a world record for the highest altitude reached in a jetpack, soaring to an incredible 9,000 feet. And the company isn't resting on its laurels. They are constantly working to improve their technology. In fact, they're currently developing a new model called the GF5, which promises to be even more powerful and efficient than its predecessors. We can only imagine what kind of incredible feats this next-generation jetpack will be capable of. Number 1. Jetlev 200. Alright, now our last jetpack might not zoom you through the air like the others on this list, but it is guaranteed to make a splash. Literally. Say hello to the Jetlev 200, a watercraft that brings the thrill of flight to the waves. It's like someone took the best parts of jet skiing and flying and mashed them together into one awesome package. So, how does it work? Well, the Jetlev 200 consists of two main parts, a jetpack that you wear on your back, and a small powerboat that floats on the water below you. The powerboat houses a powerful pump that sucks up water and sends it rushing up a long hose to the jetpack. The jetpack then shoots this water out at high pressure, creating enough thrust to lift you up to 30 feet in the air. The Jetlev 200 might not match the breakneck speeds of our other jetpacks, but it's no slouch either. This water-powered marvel can reach speeds of up to 40 miles per hour, and while you might not be soaring as high as with some of the other jetpacks, the ability to hover 30 feet above the water is still pretty impressive. But where the Jetlev 200 really shines is its flight time. While our other jetpacks measure their airtime in mere minutes, the Jetlev 200 can keep you flying for up to 4 hours on a single tank of fuel. You could literally spend half the day zooming over the waves. The Jetlev 200 has also caught the attention of coast guards and lifeguards in some areas. Its ability to quickly cover large areas of water and provide an elevated viewpoint could be invaluable in search and rescue operations. But perhaps the most exciting potential use for the Jetlev 200 is in the world of sports. There's talk of creating a new extreme sport centered around these water jetpacks. And there you have it. 5 incredible jetpacks that could be zipping through our skies by 2030. We'd love to hear what you think. Which jetpack would you want to try first? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this high-flying journey into the future of transportation, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. And hey, while you're at it, hit that little bell icon too. That way you'll be first to know when we drop our next video on cutting-edge tech that's shaping our world.